Hello, friends. I am Jen Hoffman from healthymoving.com, and I thought we would do a Facebook Live chat about healthy aging. So, in a little over a week, I'm going to turn 41 years old. And I know it's like in the middle of the road as far as the age spectrum goes, but I'm getting toward the point where I'm hearing lots of my peers talking about some of the common things that might happen as we get older. More joint pain, less energy, pelvic floor dysfunction, all those kind of things that we associate with aging. And one of the common things that I hear all the time is that this is a given, that our body is going to fall apart and we're going to feel less alive and vibrant in our bodies as we age. I couldn't disagree more with that sentiment. And I tell you with complete honesty, and I have some pictures that I'm going to show you. I am not a big before and after picture person, but I want you to know that I'm not just making some kind of shallow comment here. I absolutely feel the best in my body today at 41 than I can ever remember feeling. And when I think about how I felt 10 years ago, that was before I had kids. And honestly, the past 10 years of my life have been extremely stressful from an emotional perspective, from a really hard life stuff, sickness and illness with people in my family, other things happening that really could tax me. But my body has absolutely improved over that time and really supported me through hopefully what is one of the hardest seasons of my life. So I want to show you some pictures just so you can know that I am not, making this up. This is me 10 years ago at age 31. I'm going to be 41. This is me 10 years ago. Hi, Jane. Okay. So there I am. Let me tell you about this person, this version of me. So I definitely, positively did not feel great in my body. I had really low energy. I struggled with sleep, was a huge issue for me at this time in my life. And I had a lot of pain. I had major foot pain, tons of, general joint pain and joint dysfunction. And I didn't trust my body. That's the most important thing about how I was feeling at this time, is that I didn't have confidence that my body was going to be there for me. I really doubted it and had experience with my body not allowing me to do the things that I wanted to do. Fast forward to 10 years later, and let me tell you, it's a completely different story. And it is not because I have spent the past 10 years spending hours and hours every day, even an hour every day on my yoga mat. It's not because I have overhauled anything significant in my life. It's because of some really small but focused and intentional steps. And so I wanted to share those small but focused steps with you, at least get you the first few steps to help get you started, to help let you embrace the fact that we, like a fine wine, can grow better with age. We can feel better in and about our body, not only today, but for decades to come. This is the heart of my work. And this is my main and primary goal with my members in my coaching and challenge program, to help them feel amazing in their body today and for decades to come. But the approach to that and the way I weave movement into that, or the way I approach movement, is different than what a lot of us kind of tend to think about movement. The first thing that I do that's different is I always have people start with their mindset. The power of the mind reigns supreme here, friends. Like, if you believe that your joints are going to fail you as you get older, that your pelvic floor is going to fail you, that you're going to have less energy and more fatigue and your sleep's going to get bad, if you believe all of that stuff, then it is going to happen. That's how all of this works. But there's also the power that if you believe in the vitality of your body, if you believe that you can take steps and that you can do things to feel great in your body, now and for decades to come, then that will be your story as well. So how do you shift your mindset? How do you start to think differently about the aging body? The first thing is you find yourself a hero. Now, I see these videos that come up on my Facebook feed all the time, and they get shared far and wide of seniors. I'm talking 70s, 80-year-olds. Like there's one of someone going across the monkey bars, of this powerhouse woman going across the monkey bars. I think she's in her 80s. All kinds of, those videos that I'm talking about. I want to tell you about my movement hero. My grandfather, I'm turning 41 this month. He's turning 91 this month. Grandpa Ralph lives independently, but here's the real thing. Here's the thing that just blows my mind. He walks several miles, I think like 3 to 4 miles every single day. And I heard of a day recently where this powerhouse walked, I think my mom said he walked like 8 to 10 miles in one day. He's 91 years old. Some of you know I'm an older mom. I have 3 kids, and I had my kids a little bit later on the spectrum. I'm 41 and I have a toddler. If they wait as long as I waited to have kids, then I'm going to be a grandmother to their kids in my 80s. I want to be like Grandpa Ralph. I want to be active and healthy and all of that stuff. But guess what? Grandpa didn't get that way, and we don't get that way by accident. It doesn't just happen. We have to take some intentional, focused steps in order to make that happen. Here's the thing though. I want to caution you because I know some people might be thinking, nice for you, Jen. You have Grandpa Ralph in your gene pool. Everyone in my family has osteoporosis. Everyone in my family has arthritis. Everyone in my family has pelvic floor dysfunction. Whatever. Everyone in my family loses energy, all that kind of stuff. I absolutely love all of the amazing research that's coming out about genetics and understanding our predisposition to certain things. But one of the things I think has happened to us is we have allowed ourselves to believe that because of our genes, we don't have a choice. Or that certain things are just genetic, so we're destined to them. But we know that just because you have a gene for something doesn't mean it's going to happen for you. Here's the other thing we know, that while our genes are hereditary and while we get genes from our family, guess what else we get from our family? We get alignment and posture and body carriage habits. You want a fun little experiment? Look at some pictures from your childhood, from now, of where generations of your family are in the same picture. Maybe a picture of you, your daughter, and your mother, something like that. And look at how you're all standing the same way. Guess what? There aren't genes for standing with the feet turned out or with shifting your weight to one side. That's not genes, but we learn it. We also learn lifestyle and movement habits from our family. So not only can genes that you have not express themselves in your life, you can have a gene for something and not get whatever that thing is, but you also can learn new body carriage, new alignment, and new movement habits so that the things that were the story for the generations before you don't have to be your story. Okay, so how do you relearn that stuff? How do you learn movement and lifestyle habits? I am so glad you asked, because this is exactly what I'm going to put up the link here. I wanted to get you a kind of a baseline to get started. As I said, this is what I do in my coaching and challenge program. And I give it to them in my coaching and challenge program in these tiny daily, like a little daily vitamin, like a little one step every single day. And I hold them accountable and all this really cool stuff inside that program. But I wanted to make a free resource available to everybody to start to rethink movement. So when you think, does exercise impact us as we age? There's 2 kind of ways and important things for us to consider. Yes, we know that exercising supports us as we age, but not all exercising is created the same. You need to ask yourself, am I exercising? Am I moving my body in ways that support my joint health, my bone health, my pelvic floor and my core, my energy level, all that kind of stuff? Not just today, but for decades to come. I am a huge believer that we don't have to do one thing today that will serve us tomorrow. A lot of the way we approach movement in our culture is you do this thing for your abs, you do this thing for your heart, you do this thing. I'm a believer in, and how I have completely transformed my health is by finding the things that give me all the benefits, that support my health, that support my bones, that support the little things. I promise you, I don't spend hours every day working out. I find the little but powerful things, and I put those in this class. But here's the other thing. It's not just about how we move when we're exercising. It's about how we move and position our body throughout the day. So the 4 classes that are in this free pack this month, here's the story with them. There is a 10-minute, a 15-minute, a 30-minute, and an hour-long class. I put all 4 different pieces because I know everybody has different amounts of time. The hour-long class is really like comprehensive, going to give you a whole bunch of stuff to rework your alignment and to give you some of the movement nutrients that support your joint health, your bone health, your pelvic floor function, and your energy level. Those are the kind of 4 key things. I want you to have all of that going for you today and for decades to come. Of course, they also tone your backside and your core and all these other wonderful things that people want today. But many of the choices of what we're doing for exercise is like great for us today, but might be taxing on our joints in 10 years. And here's the thing. If you love it, do it. But can you also fit in small pockets of time, some of the stuff that will really help promote the health of your whole body today and for decades to come? So these 4 classes, they are already in the library. I have a whole track in my coaching and challenge program that's focused on healthy aging. And this is absolutely what I do with them in our daily challenges as we're going through, supporting their joint, bone health, their energy, all of that kind of stuff. But these classes will go into that library in a few days. I make them available for free for everybody, but those people paid to be in the program. So they're going to just be free for a few days. Check them out. healthymoving.com/community class. Try them. Start to kind of get a taste of what I'm talking about. Again, you don't need endless amounts of time. A few minutes every day. If I said you could put a few pennies every day into an investment account that would pay you dividends in retirement, you would do it. You put wrinkle cream on, you do all this kind of crazy stuff for your aging. I'm just asking you to think about how you move now and incorporating some ways that will support you for decades to come. healthymoving.com/community class. Get yourself registered. They're only open for a limited amount of time. I hope you love them. I hope you enjoy them. And I hope you begin to embrace how powerful you can feel, how vibrant you can feel in your body today and for many, many years to come. Thanks for joining me today, friends. Bye.